Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. Thank you so much for being here. I am going to be working with my blow dryer tonight, and I am going to be revisiting the 4-corner blowout. If you missed it, I will link the video, but that is a video where I did 4 different colors and a kind of floral blowout from the center. It turned out really great. It already sold to a wonderful lady named Lisa, so thank you. And she already sent me pictures of it. But I am doing it a little bit different. So instead of using 4 colors for the corners, I'm going to use gold and a bronze, and the other 2 corners will be black. And I had a request. I've actually had multiple requests to do a red painting. So the only colors that are going to be in this are the gold, bronze, and black, and then red and a little bit of white, and then the colors from the bases in the center. So I'm hoping it's going to be like a big, bold statement of red in the center, but I think it's going to come out great. We'll see together. Let's paint. All right, I think I'm just going to get started. So I think I'm going to have a black corner here and a black corner here. So I'm going to start with those puddles, and I feel like it worked best if I actually draw those like areas in a little bit, and then I can blow them out. And I will kind of meet that up here. They don't have to be perfect because the petals are going to blow out into those areas as well. I did make my paints just a tiny bit thicker for a couple of them. They had really thinned out. And I will tell you for a second about my base. So my bronze was thick enough, so I didn't have to do anything to it. But my gold was a little bit thin, and I normally use Creative Inspirations gold. It is a beautiful gold, and it creates tons of cells in my artwork that I do just paint and water. But it tends to swallow the colors. Creative Inspirations swallows the colors, meaning the colors kind of sink down, and when they're blown over top, you can't really get a good design. So I normally use a Winsor & Newton gold because it does not have all the same cell reactions. So what I did is I took this, made a slurry of it, and then mixed it with the gold that I already have that's Creative Inspirations. I normally do a 50-50 mixture so that I can do just paint and water of this and Creative Inspirations. So now my base is like 75% Winsor and Newton gold. It's a beautiful gold. It's just every paint brand, based on the binders it has in it, reacts a little bit differently. So that's why there's so many experiments and so many things to learn. So if you're starting out and you're not getting the results that you would normally get, that could be part of the reason why. I also had, before I layer down these next ones, I also had some people ask me when I release videos. I release videos Wednesday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm in the US. And I release videos on Sundays around 11 o'clock. So make sure to come back to my channel and check in those days. If you don't have your subscription bell turned on to get notified when I release a video, please consider doing that. And as always, comments and giving a like to my video always help YouTube realize that it's a good video to send out. So, all right, that was a mouthful. Back to painting. I am going to use my gold here up top. I hope this is thin enough. I really thickened it up a bit, but we will see. And then I've got my bronze right here. Ooh, that is pretty. And if I have any left over, I don't know, should I scrape some of that back off? If I have any of this left over, I think I might do a thin paint straight pour with these colors. All right, so I think that's it. I think I'm gonna give this a good torch and then let's blow this out. All right, so I have blown the base out. You can see the reaction already happening from the metallics in the black. They are a good thickness, so I can tell by the coverage that my sides get, because you don't really get great coverage with paint and water on the metallics that I use for the sides. So you have to, I normally touch them up after. So I'm getting good side coverage, so I think it's thick enough. And I'm excited to see how this is going to come out. So I don't know if I'm going to follow this kind of line that's here to blow this. I wonder, do I do 3 blows this time? I did 4 the last time, but it might lend itself to 3. I'm going to see how I feel once I get there. But I'm going to layer the red multiple times. So I'm going to start here with a good amount of the red, the tiniest little bit of the black, because it's going to catch the black anyway as it blows out. A little bit. Oh, I'm going to use my different gold for the center on this one. So it's a little bit thinner. It will react a little bit more. Just the tiniest bit of my copper through there. Do I do more? Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of white here. It's got some air bubbles. I'll have to make sure to pop that. Woo! Oh no, I got a big one. I'm hoping it doesn't come out just completely pink. And then more red. Ah! Okay, and then I think one more little bit of black. All right. I have no idea how it's going to come out. It looks like a bow tie right now. All right, let's blow this out. I don't know. What are we thinking? I don't know. I had to add a lot more red because I had it very concentrated in the center, but because these were thicker, the red didn't make it out as far as it normally would. Just softening those areas just a little bit. Like one little... I just can't tell right now. I think I'm gonna have to let this one dry to see, because I do love the extra parts of red that I added in there. I will say that. It definitely needed those colors to come through. This is very different with the... I'm very surprised at how the metallic colors reacted so differently to this one. I do like it though. The black and the red are so pretty together. I'm just creating like a little bit of petals through here. I definitely didn't have to worry about the colors blending, like having these harsh lines of the four corners, but let me just, I don't know, it almost looks like a bird, right? Coming out of the, I think it's really cool. Maybe up here, soften that just a little bit, like my little flyaways. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to let this dry. All right, I'm going to stop fiddling. It takes so much reserve for me to do. It's just this top. You know what? No. I'm going to let it dry. Nope. I'm going to stop fiddling. I'll show you. I think this is very pretty. I'll take you up at the top. I just want to see how it dries. If it's going to dry in those areas super dark, and maybe I'll need to add some color back. The reactions are really pretty. You can see from what I talked about at the beginning, it did not swallow the colors. So if you're looking for a gold for a base paint, the Winsor & Newton works really well, but you can see the gold that I added inside created all of these cells. This was actually a great experiment to show you how mixing your different brands of paint create different reactions. But yeah, what do we think? I'm gonna let it dry. It's got the perfect pop of red color. This was super fun. All right, let's see how it dries. I love it. I love the red parts that I added up here in this corner and down here in this corner. I think that the gold and the bronze are so pretty. And the explosion of red in the center is so pretty. A tiny amount of cells. Mixing the two paints together allowed for the paint not to get swallowed. And it's almost got like a metallic, I mean, it is metallic, but it's got, I can't even describe it. So this is flat, but it looks like it's got ridges in it, like it's texturized. So, so pretty. Oh, super happy with it. I am going to be doing, I think I'm going to try a peacock one, maybe a sunset one, and a spring one. But super happy with this. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Happy painting.